Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level mathematics lesson, and today we're going to be talking about how to present solutions to word problems. So explaining how to solve a problem. In math class, you often have to show your work or explain how you get the answer. So can you explain in English how to solve the problems below? So here, to find the area, you would have to multiply the length times the width, or 5 feet times 3 feet would give you 15 square feet. In a fraction, 3/4 plus 1/4, you first have to make the denominator, the bottom number in the fraction, you have to make those the same. And you do that by multiplying a number to find the common denominator. Here, the lowest common denominator would be 20. So you would have to multiply 3/4 times 5/5 and 1/5 times 4/4 to transform both of these into 20ths, and then you can just add the numerators. And the sunglass shop sells sunglasses for $15 a pair. They sold 20 pairs today. How much money did they make? Well, here you would have to multiply the 20 pairs times the $15 to give you the final answer. Okay, so there are many different types of word problems. So in which problem is the result unknown, the start unknown, or the change unknown? So in letter A, Talene has 5 marbles. Kamara gives him 3 more marbles. How many marbles does Kamara have altogether? Well, here we know the start. We know the change, so it's the result that is unknown. So Talene has 5 marbles. How many more marbles does he need to have 11 marbles? Well, here again we know the start and we know the result, but we don't know the change. Talene has some marbles and Kamara gives him 3 more marbles. Now he has 12 marbles. How many marbles did Talene have at the beginning? Well, here the start is unknown. Talene had 12 marbles. He gave 8 to Kamara. How many does he have left? Okay, we have the start and the change. So this one, the result, is unknown. Talene had 12 marbles. He gave some to Kamara. Now he has 4 marbles. How many marbles did Talene give to Kamara? So here we know the start and we know the result, but it's the change that is unknown. And Talene had some marbles. He gave 4 to Kamara. Now he has 8 marbles. How many marbles did Talene have at the beginning? Well, here the start is unknown. Okay, so look again at the word problems and explain how to solve them. So Talene has 5 marbles. Kamara gives him 3 more marbles. How many marbles does Kamara have altogether? Well, 5 plus 3 equals 8. So if Talene started with 5 marbles and added 3 more, he should have 8 marbles altogether. Talene has 5 marbles. How many more marbles does he need to have 11 marbles altogether? So 11 minus 5 equals 6. So if Talene has 5 marbles, he needs 6 more marbles to have 11. Talene has some marbles. Kamara gave him 3 more marbles. Now he has 12 marbles. How many marbles did Talene have at the beginning? So we need to figure out what number will result in 12 when it is added to 3. If we subtract 3 from 12, we get 9. So Talene had 9 marbles at the start. Talene had 12 marbles. He gave 8 to Kamara. How many does he have left? So 12 minus 8 equals 4. So he has 4 marbles remaining. Talene had 12 marbles. He gave some to Kamara. Now he has 4 marbles. How many marbles did Talene give to Kamara? We can write the equation as 12 minus x equals 4. If we solve for x, we find that x equals 8. Talene had some marbles. He gave 4 to Kamara. Now he has 8 marbles. How many marbles did Talene have at the beginning? So 12 minus 8 equals 4. So if Talene started with 12 marbles and gave 8 to Kamara, he should still have 4 marbles. All right, now we're going to talk about using since or because to give a reason when you're giving reasons or showing how you solved a word problem. And the meaning really is the same between since and because. We often use because when we want to focus on the reason more than on the result. So she failed the math test because she didn't study. We often use since when we want to focus more on the result than the reason. Since she didn't study, she failed the math test. So create a sentence using since plus the reason, and then the result. So here's an example. The result is L equals W plus 5, and the reason is the length is 6 more than the width. So since the length is 6 more than the width, L equals W plus 5. All right, so take a look at the rest of these word problems. Try them on your own, and then see if you can come up with the reason and the result, or create a sentence for each of these using since. So pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, here, the result is the number is rounded up. The digit after the decimal is greater than 5. So since the digit after the decimal is greater than 5, the number is rounded up. Here the result is we know that they add to 180 degrees. The reason is the angles are supplementary. So since the angles are supplementary, we know that they add to 180 degrees. Number 3, the result is we can find the area, and the reason is we know the perimeter of the square. So we can find the area since we know the perimeter of the square. And here the result, the fraction is greater than 1. The numerator is greater than the denominator. So since the numerator is larger than the denominator, the fraction is greater than 1. Now we can also use therefore to present a solution. So look at this word problem and the explanation. So the problem says Samir has twice as many cousins as Lena. Kim has 5 cousins, which is 11 less than Samir has. How many cousins does Lena have? So the solution is that we can work backwards to find the solution. Kim has 5 cousins, which is 11 less than Samir has. 11 plus 5 equals 16, so Samir must have 16 cousins. Samir has twice as many cousins as Lena, so 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Therefore, Lena has 8 cousins. So we have statement 1, therefore, and then statement 2, which is the conclusion. We use therefore to show that the second thing you're talking about happened because the first thing happened. All right, so again, try these, read the word problem, and then complete the solution with therefore. You can try those on your own and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Hey, Kamal flipped a coin 3 times and got tails each time. What is the probability that he gets tails on the next flip? So the solution, the probability of tails does not change based on the results of previous flips. Each flip is an independent event. Therefore, the probability of getting tails on the next flip is 1/2. And then number 2, you're given a set of test scores 67, 89, 87, 63, 78, 90, 98, 94, 76, 82, and 88. Find the median. So to find the median, first put the numbers in order from the least to the greatest. So that would be 63, 67, 76, 78, 82, 87, 88, 89, 90, 94, and 98. The middle number is the median. 87 is in the middle of the list. Therefore, the median is 87. Now read this problem and write a solution using therefore. Mike can jog 6.5 miles an hour. At this rate, how many miles can he jog in 30 minutes? So a sample solution is 30 minutes equals 1/2 hour. So if he can jog 6.5 miles in an hour, he can jog half of that in a half hour. Therefore, he can jog 6.5 divided by 0.5, or 6.5, sorry, divided by 2. So we would divide it in half. Then using so has a similar meaning to therefore, but it's often used in shorter sentences. So 1 cup is 8 ounces, so half a cup is 4 ounces. You could also say and for this reason or therefore instead of so. So complete the sentence. The radius is 2 feet, so the diameter is 4 feet or double the radius. So see if you can come up with some answers to these. They can vary, depends on what you want the solution to be. So try those on your own and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Again, here are just some sample answers, but some possible answers would be 1 pound equals 0.45 kilograms, so 2 pounds equals 0.9 kilograms, or you could figure out what half a pound is, so it really doesn't matter. 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometers, so 5 miles equals 8 kilometers is one possible suggestion. You could maybe figure out also 10 miles. 10 miles would be 16 kilometers. 1 inch is about 2.5 centimeters, so 2 inches is about 5 centimeters. And the length is 5 and the width is 3, so the area is 15. All right, so match the first part of the sentence to the second part. We have just a couple of vocabulary words, though, before we do that. Common denominator is a noun, meaning when two or more fractions have the same number on the bottom. The bottom number is known as the denominator. And revenue is income. So go ahead and try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, so to find the average, that is H. You add all the numbers together and divide by the amount of numbers. To find 1/4 of a number, that would be letter C, divide the number by 4. To find half an amount, you would multiply by 0.5. To find the total amount earned, you would multiply the hours worked by the charge per hour. To compare fractions, you would need to use a common denominator. To find an area, you would need to multiply the length by the width. To triple the recipe, you would need to multiply by 3. To find the profit, you would need to subtract the cost from the revenue. To find the median, you would need to put the numbers in order from least to greatest and then find the middle number. And then to find the perimeter, you would need to add all the sides together. Again, here are a few more. Go ahead and pause the video and try these on your own, and then you can restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, to find the price of a ticket, you should divide the total cost by the number of tickets purchased. To find how much he spent, you must multiply the cost of each item by the number of items purchased. To easily compare decimals, add zeros to the end of a decimal so that all numbers being compared have the same number of decimal places. To find out how long it will take her to travel 180 miles, divide her distance by her speed. To find the percent, divide the number of students who answered yes by the total number of students surveyed. And to find the square root, ask yourself, what number multiplied by itself gives me 36? Okay, there are often different ways to explain something. Here she says the two numbers sum to 132. When added together, the two numbers equal 132. So using the phrases below, create another sentence that has the same meaning, and there might be a couple of different ways to do this. So when you subtract 8 from 20, you get 12. You could also say the difference between 8 and 20 is 12. 6 multiplied by 6 equals 36. You could say 6 times 6 gives you 36. Half of 20 is 10. If you divide 20 by 2, you get 10. Or if you take half of 20, you get 10. And divide by 2 to get 10, you could half. All right, then let x equal. When the answer to a word problem is an equation, we use the phrase let x equal. So for example, Kala has worked a certain number of hours so far this week. Tomorrow she will work 4 more hours to finish the week with a total of 10 hours. How many hours has she worked so far? So the solution, let x equal the number of hours that Kala has worked so far this week. Therefore, the equation is x plus 4 equals 10. To solve this equation, subtract 4 from both sides of the equation. X plus 4 minus 4 equals 10 minus 4. Then you will be left with x equals 6. So now, match the question with the best let x equal phrase. So how many would be let x equal the number of. How fast? Let x equals the speed of. How much time? Let x equal the time required to. How far? Let x equal the distance. How large? Let x equal the area. And how much? Let x equal the weight. All right, so now complete the solutions. Again, you can try these on your own and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, a ride in a taxi cab costs $3 for the first mile and $1.50 for each additional mile. The total cost of John's ride was $15. How far did he ride? So we would let x equal the distance John traveled. We can use the equation 3 plus 1.5x equals 15 to find the number of additional miles that John rode. And then to solve this, we subtract 3 from 15 to get 12, and then divide 12 by 1.5 to get 8. So John traveled 8 miles plus the first mile for a total of 9 miles. Asha has 14 toy cars. This is 4 more than twice the amount that Carrie has. How many toy cars does Carrie have? So let x equal the number of toy cars. 4 more than twice the number can be written as 2x plus 4. And if you set this amount equal to 14, which is the number of toy cars that Asha has, to solve this, you subtract 4 from both sides of the equation. 2x plus 4 minus 4 equals 14 minus 4. And then divide each side of the equation by 2. So 2x over 2 equals 10 over 2. So the variable is now alone. X equals 5. All right, we can use the phrase this or which means that to explain something in a different way. So some examples. The TV is 20% off. This means that it is 80% of its original price. We know that an octagon has 8 sides and each side measures 2 meters. This means that the perimeter is 8 times 2 or 16. He saved $230, which means that he only needs to save 70 more to reach his goal of $300. All right, now this time you can complete these sentences. First we have an example. 65 out of 100 students are planning to attend the school dance. This means that 65% of the students are planning to attend. She bought 12 notebooks for $1.50 each for the students in her class. This means that 12 times $1.50 is the total amount spent. And 3 of the 27 students in the class failed the exam. This means that 3 over 27, or 1/9 of the students, failed the exam. Now complete the solution with the correct word. Some words are used more than once and some not at all. Again, you can try this on your own and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. So Anita participated in a walkathon. Her team started walking at 12 p.m. on Saturday and stopped walking at 6 p.m. on Sunday. How many hours did her team walk? So from 12 p.m. Saturday to 12 p.m. on Sunday is 24 hours. Then from 12 p.m. Sunday to 6 p.m. Sunday is another 6 hours. Altogether, that makes 30 hours. To convert temperatures in degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, multiply by 1.8 or 9/5 and add 32. If the temperature is 12 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit? So first, let x equal degrees Celsius and f equal degrees Fahrenheit, and write the equation 1.8x plus 32 equals f. Then substitute 12 for x. 1.8 times 12 is 21.6. 21.6 plus 32 equals 53.6. So 12 degrees Celsius equals 53.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Here are a few more. Again, you can try these on your own and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, solve for x. So if 2x plus 8 equals 12, first you need to subtract 8 from 12 to get 4. Then divide 4 by 2 to get the final answer of 2. You have a 6-sided die with the numbers 1 through 6 on it. What is the probability of rolling a 5? So there is a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a 5 because there are 6 possible outcomes on a die, but only one outcome is 5. Ms. Jacobs' class has 28 students. Only 23 students were present on Friday. How many were absent? So subtract the number of students present from the total number in the class to determine how many students were missing. So 28 minus 23 equals 5. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, and if you have any questions, leave those for me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.